At this time, we're requesting the town board to approve the appointments of Daniel Leneker, effective August 4th, and James Snell, effective September 2nd, police officer, Cicero Police Department. Both candidates have successfully completed the hiring process as outlined in your memo in New York State Civil Service Law. Both candidates will be hired at a probationary rate of $32,110.38.
Bill? Two questions. You said September 2nd, because our sheet says September 1st, so it is the 2nd?
Yeah, it's been moved up to the
Okay. And I had 110.38 cents. It is. I got 30 in there.
Right on the contract.
So I can make a correction. That's a motion to approve both of these appointments. I have taken the time to go to the chief's office and review both of their extensive background checks and found both of them will be wonderful candidates for our growing police department. Both young, energetic young men. I wish them the best of luck in the future as long as the vote goes right way here. But my motion is to accept both of these individuals, James Snell with an effective date of September 2nd and Daniel Leneker with an appointment date of August 4th, 2007. Second.
Mr. Brianna.
Have either of these gentlemen been to Academy, Police Academy?
Mr. Leneker has, Mr. Snell has not.
And can we talk about Mr. Leneker's experience? He hasn't been a police officer before.
He was a police officer in the town of Clay, did not complete his probationary period, but is highly recommended by Commissioner Opie Honors and Lieutenant Fred Corey from the Clay Police Department.
Where do these two gentlemen live?
Both of them live in the town of Cicero.
This is your son, that's Chief Snell?
That is correct.
Snell, okay.
That is correct.
I think it's unfortunate that that we're put in this position. My concern is that the town has a comprehensive policy about hiring family members, especially family members within a department that's being supervised by a relative. Most civil service agencies don't allow such a practice, but in the absence of such a policy, I believe we probably have no recourse but to go forward with it. I'm sure both men are highly qualified, and this is no reflection on them, but I think the town does not serve its residents well without a comprehensive personnel policy, and I would encourage that we address this in the future. So I will vote yes.
Just following Mr. Brown, I do respect your comments. We've had this conversation, and I do respect your position.
And I understand yours too. Thank you.
Mr. Lange.
I think I have to echo Jessica's remarks. In 27 years of management experience and in the training that I received as, less than 10 years ago when both of us attended school, Chief, we both know that the hiring practices of bringing a relative into departments where oversight, and we had this conversation, you and I both did, and you advised me that your police officers were on board with it, and I'm sure they are now, but I worry about what might happen in the future. And that is always a concern of hiring in that respect. And so I will have to vote yes on the hiring of Mr. Leneker, but in good conscience I have to vote no on the hiring of Mr. Snell.
I want to make 2 points clear that have just been touched upon. Civil service doesn't allow for hiring family members or nepotism. I worked in the Syracuse Police Department for 21 years. We had several sets of brothers, fathers and sons, fathers and daughters. It was never a problem to hire within the family. It doesn't continue to be a problem here. I spoke with the president of the PBA here. He has no problem with the hiring of Mr. Snell. He feels he'll make a good candidate. I went through there was no special favors given in the hiring of Mr. Snell. I just want that for the record stated. Civil service does not care if the family members are all working in the same location. Not since I've been hired anyway. My vote is yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Mr. Dubensky?
Make a short comment. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but unfortunately we've come to that situation right here. I was put in the same very position back, I think it was probably about 1994, when we had a town board member vote against my daughter who was a lifeguard. Personally, I believe it was the wrong thing to do because she was very qualified for that position. There was a desperate need for lifeguards at the time. Mr. Snell, the candidate that we're now voting on, is the same situation in my eyes. He's a very well-qualified individual. He's going to make a wonderful police officer. But because his father's the chief of police, we have people here that believe it's wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm here to state right now that those people that made those comments are wrong. There is no reason for anybody to take it out on Mr. Snell because of what his father has done in the town of Cicero. His chief is a wonderful leader. He's a wonderful police chief. And for anybody to try to take it out on that gentleman is wrong. Because I've been there, and I know how it feels, and I know exactly what that man's thinking about right now. And it's wrong. Don't play politics with a member of a family because of, for whatever reason. Yes.
Could I just answer or add one other thing? Both these individuals completed the following: initial screening, police board interview, citizens board interview, background investigations, polygraph examinations, and psychological testing. A good portion of that was done outside the purview of the Cicero Police Department. So there was no bias entered into anything here. These people both these candidates went through the same testing procedure, and no special gratification was given to either candidate. Just so the people out here in the audience know what they went through before we arrived at this point.
And I also I talked to Chief Snell, and my comment to Chief Snell was this, and these were the exact words. He can correct me if I'm wrong. If your son does not meet the requirements that you expect from your police officers, I would hope that you would not ever hire him. And his comment to me was, I would probably be more hard on him because he is my son than anybody else that came in. And I respect his opinion, and I know from me, he's a man of his word. That I know right now, that if he does something he's not supposed to, his worst fear is going home and having Sunday afternoon dinner and having to face his father. I know that for a fact. Where do we stand, Tracy? I believe I already did yes.
I need to make some comments here. Hiring a lifeguard to be supervised. Hiring a lifeguard is a seasonal position, and the lifeguard would not be supervised by a member of the town board. So there is a difference. We're talking about hiring a family member to be supervised by a department head. And there are rules against that. There are policies against that, despite, the comments that you have heard here. And I am speaking about over 30 years of government experience in a state agency. So I believe I voted yes on this, but my comment is also tempered by the fact that this town needs some better hiring practices than are in place at this time. That's no reflection on the two candidates, and it's no reflection on Chief Snell. He's doing his job. I trust the fact that he's selected the best people that he believes would fit in this position. But there is an issue here in this town, and it should not be overwhelmed by emotion, by people's personal experiences. We have to be rational as we go forward, and we need a comprehensive hiring policy that speaks to vetting, reference checks, all of the things that are in place where local government or town government or state government is in effect. We owe it to the taxpayers to assure this, and this is where I'm coming from. I welcome the two gentlemen as employees of the town, and I am sure they will serve with honor and responsibility.
And I would like to say to please don't take personally what was said, because it's a matter of policy and what should be right for the town, and definitely not any reflection on you. I'm a person who really admires your father, and I'm sure that you are honorable as well. It has no reflection on you.